Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Liz, and if you're new around here, we do a butt ton of beauty related content, mainly makeup tutorials, which is what you're about to see. Today I'm going to be playing with a brand new palette that has just been released from M.A.C. This is the Nude Board palette. This is what it looks like on the inside, and this is the eye makeup that we're going to create today. It is more on the heavy side. This is something that I really love. To quote Miss Megan, long live heavy makeup. So this is the look we're going to create. I'm going to show you the eyes, the skin, as well as the lip. With the lip, we did something really fun today. We used a little bit of color theory and a handful of products to create a lip combo, not just a lipstick. And this is the look that we have come up with. So I hope you enjoy. But just quickly before we do go ahead and get started with this makeup tutorial, I'm just going to take you outside into the Australian sun. It is afternoon sun, so it's really good for seeing things true to colour. We're going to do swatches on the rest of these shades for this palette. As always, you want to start off with your eye base. I'm using the M.A.C 24-hour. So this is the eye makeup that we're going to create today using the new M.A.C Nude palette. This is called Nude Board, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to take a piece of tape to create this super sharp line. You could go in without it, and I am known to do that. I just really wanted to use the tape today. The hardest part about using the tape is lining it up. So to get the darkness of this look and the payoff of one of the eyeshadows that I really wanted to try and achieve, I actually used a black gel eyeliner. This is Black Track. This is a M.A.C 1. I took this on a flat eyeshadow brush, just a teeny tiny little bit, because this is really pigmented stuff. Make sure you put the lid back on it so it doesn't dry out. And I started on the mobile lid, just using patting motions. I went up the tape to create that really sharp line. And then I pulled it across the lid. I did keep this area open because we're putting the lighter colors there. So I'm just using tapping motions to push it up into the crease area. Now quickly before that sets, I'm taking a really small fluffy brush and I'm just going over the edge of that black eyeliner because we want to make sure that it's blended out as best we can so that when it does dry and set, because it will, there isn't a harsh line there, as best as we can. It doesn't have to be perfect. So for the first eyeshadow, I'm taking a flat eyeshadow brush. This is the shader from Lavish. And I'm taking this grey shade here. This is called In Confidence. I've packed that brush with it. Now for me, I've had a lot of kickback in the pan and there is quite a bit of fallout. So I do recommend if you're going to use this eyeshadow, make sure that you are doing it before your face makeup application. Otherwise, you're going to just have to take it off. There was quite a bit. So I'm using the same technique as I did before. I want to put most of the color on the mobile lid and then I'm going to push it up into the crease. Doing this is a way to try and eliminate the amount of fallout that you get. I'm going to use the tip of my brush just to start to soften that edge. You could change to a blending brush, whatever you're comfortable with. What I want to create is almost like a cut crease kind of vibe on the inner corner there. So I'm just using the tip of the brush to pull that shade across. And you want to make sure that you're looking straight ahead, at least at some point within the process, to make sure that you're getting your eyes even. I am one to not get an even eye. It's just how we roll. Going back in with that blending brush, just to soften that edge. So I'm going to go in with this brown. This is called Naked Eye. Now I'm taking it on that small blending brush and this is going to go just on the edge of that grey eyeshadow. Next, I'm going to take this light brown shade, and this is called Heartstrings. I'm going to take that on the same brush and just going over the top of that brown shade and blending up slightly a little bit more so we have that blended gradient. And finally, I'm taking this shade. This is called Second Nature, and I'm taking that again on that same brush, and I'm just pushing that in mainly at the arch of the eyebrow, because what I like to do to disperse my brow highlight is I really focus that in there. I wipe my brush off and then I pull it down and across. So you have almost like a dimensional highlight under the brow where the main focus is at the highest point, and then it blends down into the rest of the shadow. Okay, so the next step, we're going to do the inner corner. Now to do that, I've used a Dazzle shadow. This is called Magic Scale. It came out, and I believe is still available with the Luxe Luck collection. And you can see when I put it on my hand, it is a silver tone, but it has a purple and green reflect, with purple being the main reflect color. So I'm taking this small precise brush. This is called the Precise Blender from Lavish. You can get the Lavish brand from Big W. Now, I don't want to create a cut crease in the traditional way. I don't want a cut crease. I want the illusion of a cut crease with the minimal work. So in that inner corner that we've kept free, I want to place most of the product on the space of the lid that has no eyeshadow on it. And as we put that on and disperse it, I'm tapping it up. Tapping creates that blending for a liquid sensation's the wrong word, for a liquid product. And then as it starts to dry, I'm using the tapping motion to bring it across, almost in like a diagonal effect. I want the furthest part of this product to be in the center of the eye and go backwards, if that makes sense. Then on the inner corner here, I want to create that extra bit of lift without taking away from the duochrome or the shades that are coming out of that Dazzle shadow. So I'm going in with this single eyeshadow here. This is called #HumbleBrag, and it's a Frost. I'm taking a really small brush to apply this. I don't know what this is called. The writing has rubbed off of the handle. I'm really sorry. But I want to really just pack that in just on that inner corner. I don't really want to put it anywhere else. And I will use the tip of my brush just to pull that in to blend it. So from here, the eyeshadow is pretty much completed. So I'm going to go in with an eyeliner. This is the fine point eyeliner, sorry, the brush tip eyeliner, just in plain black. And all I'm going to do is line the lid and create a nice thick wing. While that dries, I'm going to go in with my next eyeliner, which is the Glide or Die Black Eyelining Gel Pencil. I'm going to use this to tightline my waterline up the top. And I'm going to start my lower lash line. So I'm going to run this through my lower waterline all the way to the inner corner. I'm just going to give that a second to dry. I'm going to take the brush that I used to apply the eyeliner as our base, and I'm just going to use the tip while the tape is still on, just to maneuver that outer corner, and then just pull whatever is left in that inner corner, leaving that actual inner corner there free. So at this point I'm going to take the tape off, and this is always the most satisfying thing when you have that super duper straight line. And not too much fallout this time. My first eye, there was so much. I guess now that I kind of know how to work that eyeshadow, there was a little bit less. So I'm just going to take a wipe and clean up. So next I'm going to apply some mascara. I'm going to use the M.A.C stack. I'm going to do my top and bottom lashes, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply some falsies. These are the 88 Stunner lashes from M.A.C. So I'm going to go and apply those, and I'll be right back. The last step you want to do is take that light purple shade, and we're just going to place a little bit in the open corner of the inner eye. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and finish the face. I'm going to start off by doing a little bit of Fix Plus because we did our skincare before the eye, so that's had plenty of time to sink in. I'm going to go in with a primer. This is the Matte Studio Fix. Now only take a teeny tiny little bit of that, rub it in between my fingers, and then I push it into the center of my face where I need it the most. I'm going to go in with my contour, cream contour. This is the dual ended contour stick, light to medium from M.A.C Beauty. I'm going to go in with some blush. This is So Natural, and I'm taking that on my foundation brush from M.A.C Beauty, pushing that in to the cheeks. Go in with that brush and just tap over everything. I'm going to go in with some concealer now, and I'm going to take the Revlon Photo Ready. It's in like a lipstick form. I'm going to take that underneath my eyes and on the blemishes that I have. I don't know what's been going on. I think I might be in a purge period with Hyperreal. But I have been breaking out something shocking. So I'm just going to tap that out with my brush. I'm going to go in with another spray. Now it's time to switch brushes to my foundation brush. This is the Pro Foundation and Buffing Brush, and I use Studio Fix in N4.5. Yes, N4.5. So I do one pump at a time. And you want to make sure you're getting it in the brush so that it disperses it evenly on the face. And you want to make sure that when you're doing this sort of technique that you're pushing the product into the skin. By this point, there's many layers of product already down. And the last thing you want to do is use your foundation and the foundation brush to then pick it all up, because you're not going to have a really nice seamless finish to the skin if you do that, because everybody has some form of peach fuzz or the little hairs all on your face. Unless you remove them, which not everyone does, then different ways of laying your foundation down can pick them up. So if you're doing like a swirling motion or a buffing or an up and down motion, that can lift the hairs up. And because I don't remove mine and I wear layers upon layers, the pushing in and patting it in is the best way that I found for my skin. When I come down onto my neck, I don't worry. I really buff that in because I want to make sure that whatever I put down there is really, really blended in. But when it comes to the face, pushing it in. Now that the foundation is on, I'm going to go in with some bronzer. I'm going in with my usual NARS bronzer in Casino and my foundation brush. Now I'm going to go over my blush with Ginger Luck. It's just a little bit more intense than So Natural, and I think it's just enough to bring in that dimension. I'm going to take a little bit of concealer. This is the Brighten and Perfect Cream Concealer for M.A.C Beauty, and it is in the light to fair shade. And I just really want to put this here on the inner parts. I don't really want to take it anywhere else because I do feel like the makeup itself is quite concealed. Taking the highlight brush from Lavish, and I'm just going to use that to push that in. Similar brush sizing to the Real Techniques setting brush, which is the pink little dome brush. To set that concealer in place, I'm going in with this palette here. This is called the Studio Fix Pro Set and Blur Press Powder Duo in Lavender and Translucent. I'm just going to take a small brush and just mix the two underneath my eyes. I'm just going crazy on it. This concealer does a really good job of drying down anyway, but this is just for the longevity of the day. So it is hot still. The other day there was a cold breeze and I got so excited. Can you tell? I'm a winter baby. Now while I'm here, I'm going to go in with that powder and just really press that into the side of my nose because I do wear glasses. And I tend to get this part of my face here tends to start to break down first. I'm not really sure why, but I find if I add extra powder on the side of my nose, I get a little bit more time out of my makeup. Next, I'm going to go in with my bronzer. This is the Matte Light Rosy Skin Finish. Yeah, light rosy. I'm gonna take the powder brush from Lavish. And then lastly, I'm taking a blush. I'm going in with Hush Tone. This is an extra dimension blush because we're quite powdered and I don't typically wear highlighter anymore, but the extra dimension blushes do have that shimmer component to it. Also offers like a really blurring look to the skin. So it kind of works as a 2-for-1 for me and how I like my skin to look. Now that is the skin completed. The final thing that I'm going to do is set it all in place with the Fix Plus Stay Over. And I'm just going to use my fan to help that along and getting that set up and dry. Alrighty, so now that the eyes and the face are completed, we're going to move on to lips. And this is one that I really just want to have some fun with. So I've picked out a liner, I've got Stone, and I have picked out 3 colors. I'm using 2 shades and the mixer shade. So let's go ahead and line the lips first. Now I'm just removing what I had on my lips, which was actually the Into the Clear. Now I'm only going to do real basic lining because I don't know where this lip is going to go. Bear with me. So the 2 colors that I picked out were Warm Teddy and Espresso Yourself. I am leaning more towards Espresso Yourself. It looks like this. But Warm Teddy is a smidge lighter. So I'm thinking I'm going to go in with this one. And then I want to shift it a little bit. I want to really cool it out. I want to try the Tilted Denim. Just want to see what happens. It's probably going to look really bad, but let's just see. So this is Espresso Yourself. And it really is just gorgeous. Oh, I love that so much. Just see how easy it glided on. Now, I'm going to go in with this to see what it does because you can see it is quite warm and the eyes do have a warmth to them, but the purple really pulls that cool tone, which is what I want to try and do with this blue. To try and aid that along, I am going to use a bit of a wipe and I'm going to kind of blot the lips. Okay, so let's go in with Tilted Denim. Just mixing it on the lips. I actually don't mind that. So I'm not going to go in with Warm Teddy. what I am going to do is I'm going to go back in with Stone and really define my lips. I feel like I want a little bit of lightness, but I don't want to remove the intensity of this shade that we've created. So I'm going to take this lip gloss, this is Oyster Girl, and I just want to put it in the center, just to lighten it up a little bit. I think that's enough. Alrighty guys, that is it for this makeup tutorial. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. I really hope that you guys are having a fantastic day or night wherever you are and whenever you're watching this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.